heralds your end?
All right, let's go.
I'm drowning!
Sorry to interrupt. I was just pretty scary out there.
Hey Cinemaniacs, welcome to the Rated Awesome Show. This week ending July 25th, 2025. I'm Cinematic Joshua, and yes, I watch a lot of movies. I'm here to tell you about them in very quick bite-sized reviews. You can always check out my full 1 to 2 sentence reviews on Letterboxd at Rated Awesome. I'll be filling you in after each Friday with all the new releases in theaters and streaming, as well as older movies I happen to watch during the week, and I'll be ranking them all from awesome to awful, unless they fit into a franchise. And as always, never any spoilers. Thanks for joining me, and let's get started.
The four of us will face the danger. We will protect you.
Kicking off the MCU Phase 6 is Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Finally, it was my number 4 most anticipated movie of the year. See that on my 2025 watch list on Letterboxd. And yes, the hype is real. People are loving it. I liked it, didn't love it, mostly because of a really annoying plot point cliche that I've seen in several movies, and it's always gone about the same way. And I'm never going to be on board with it. It has a lot to do with the baby, and it permeates through the whole movie. But besides that, the score from Michael Giacchino is amazing. One of the best of the year. Definitely going to be nominated for the Rated Awesome Awards. All the casting, the chemistry was also really fantastic. It's got thrills and action. Honestly, one of the best action set pieces I've ever seen in an MCU movie, or a lot of action movies. In The Wormhole, you know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. The production design, the tone, all of it is really excellent. It's in theaters now, rated fantastic.
Hey, where you going with those clubs, punk? I'm your caddy. He's gonna be on the tour. That's super.
Next up is the original Happy Gilmore from 1996. I watched it in anticipation for the new sequel, which we'll talk about a little later. I am not a big Adam Sandler comedy fan. I think he's a great guy, but his sophomore humor really grates on me. I find it incredibly immature, but this has always been one of my favorite of his. I think that his character rages and is funny.
Why didn't you just go home? That's your home!
I think the immaturity is tolerable, but it's also got a lot of heart and sweetness. He's doing it for his grandma. It ties into a nice rom-com aspect of it. It's one of my favorite sports comedies. It brings in some eccentric, zany characters. Rated excellent.
It's more dangerous out here than I thought.
Night of the Apocalypse is a movie you probably haven't heard of. It's an indie animated movie made in Canada. And David Harbour as a mountain lion, if you could believe so, is the only recognizable voice. There's also a really cute pygmy hippo that turns up here and there. This is a delightful gateway horror movie for families, and I would say for children 7 and above, because there's a lot of scary imagery. What I liked about it, besides the clever plot, it kind of deals with some of the tropes, a little bit too meta sometimes, but it is a fun adventure. It does have some cool zombie designs. I wasn't thrilled with the designs of the actual animals. They're definitely exaggerated, and that stands out for sure. I also really enjoyed the bioluminescent lighting and spookiness it had throughout the movie. Colors really pop off the screen. Rated enjoyable.
Breakfast is served.
Uncuff me!
That's not actually what you want.
Oh Hi is another new release in limited theaters for probably a little bit, so catch it when you can. I heard some good buzz about it. I'm a really big fan of Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman, who are both really excellent in this movie. It's like a rom-com drama. It has a really cool premise that works out for a bit, then kind of drags a bit too long. Still worth watching for the intimacy, analysis, the struggles with modern dating and setting up labels or not being clear with your signals or your intentions. Friends come in after a little bit and also help, but it didn't help enough. Rated enjoyable.
Check out the name tag, grandson. You're in my world now.
Happy Gilmore is back in a legacy sequel just released on Netflix after 29 years past the original. I was excited for it, but it didn't quite make it on the green for me. Despite them bringing back everybody, every single character from the original, and if it wasn't them, their relative or their brother or their son, is in this movie. And then they also pile on with new characters and new cameos from today's. And then they don't develop any of them. So if you want a lot of recycled jokes from the past movie or new jokes like the alcohol's in every little thing hidden and done to death, then you might enjoy this. It's entertaining. It's almost 2 hours long. It's reminiscent of a lot of the last decade or two of Adam Sandler. Rated cool.
Maxwell comes in a big deal right now. That's going to change everything.
Paul Walter Hauser may be the luckiest man in America when he's on the real-life game show Press Your Luck, and this is based on a true story. It's a drama thriller that has a couple of good ideas, but I don't think it fleshed out enough of them. Walton Goggins also comes up as the host. David Strathairn is a producer, so it's got a nice cast. I just feel like it wasn't enough to really chew on. Really enjoyable.
And we were way out of our element for 5 months. And we all began going off the deep end, literally.
Jaws at 50 is the supposed definitive inside story on the first blockbuster of all time, Jaws. It's got some nice behind the scenes. You get some of Steven Spielberg's struggle as a new filmmaker and this freaking shark that's not working very often.
80% of the time, the shark didn't work.
Get a couple of things with the actors, but for me, it didn't dive deep enough because it's less than 90 minutes. There is a smorgasbord of amazing directors and a few actors that give their insight, how they were inspired by it, what they thought about it. But there really isn't enough for me. I'm looking forward to watching some behind the scenes of like the 40th anniversary, maybe, that has a lot more. Really enjoyable.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, the legend continues.
So I'm revisiting and finishing the Jaws franchise for the first time. And I'm not even positive I've ever saw this one because the plot is so thin. It's basically a new Jaws as a full-on serial killer, just plowing through boats at any chance he can get, tearing them down, biting on them. It was not made by Steven Spielberg, we know that. Roy Scheider continues his character arc, and that was nice, but it's mostly more about teenagers just sailing and just kicking back, having fun, until this shark terrorizes them and repeats that over and over again. I did miss the iconic score from John Williams, even though he does do a new score here. It was a lot more fun, just sailing music, and only a little bit of that. I wanted more of that. Really cool. The worst movie I saw this week was Bambi: The Reckoning. Still not terrible, and even a step up from the other movies in this new Twisted Childhood universe from the makers of the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movies. And earlier this year was Neverland's Nightmare, which I haven't seen yet. They have another one coming out soon, I believe. Had pretty decent visual effects for this feral, mutated Bambi deer. Just rampaging hunters and just anybody anywhere near its forest. No matter good or bad, it's going after them. Thumper also makes an appearance. I thought that was kind of cool. It's short and sweet. It's got some of the rough filmmaking from the rest of the franchise, but still worth watching if you like that C or D level creature feature. Rated cool. And that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know below, what was your awesome and awful of the week of new releases, or something you just saw for the first time or rewatched. Join me next week for new releases of Together and The Naked Gun. I'm really hyped for both those movies. Hear great things. Check out my lists and my actual reviews on Letterboxd. Now go forth and be awesome.